Then, let me have the open public meeting statement, please.
Okay. Oh, it was not prepared for you for that one. Here you go. Must be the wrong board.
No, I'm sorry, I want for you to read it. Go ahead,
Oh, you
read
wanted me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead, you read it.
That's fine.
You read it. This way, I don't mess it up.
Oh, you don't mess it up. Whoop. Pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act, the Sentinel and the South Jersey Times were notified of this meeting, as well as being posted in the municipal building. We'll have roll call. Mr.
Roll
De-
call.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll call.
Okay. Mr. Deegan.
Here.
Mrs. Flame is absent. Mr. Doherty is absent. Mr. Milady.
Here.
Mr. Rohr.
Here.
Mr. Brandt.
Here.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Constantine is absent. Mr. Handy is absent. Mr. Travelone.
Here.
Mr. Petch.
Here.
And did
Okay.
I not call John Milady? No, I got him.
All right, this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Motion? Is
Second.
there- Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Abstain.
I got one abstention here.
2 abstentions.
2. Motion to accept the secretary's report.
So moved.
And
Second.
there's moved and seconded. We're going to do a all in favor because there's no dollars involved. All in favor?
Aye.
2 abstentions.
Okay. There's no resolutions, correct, Lynn?
No resolutions.
Okay, so let's go right into the application, PB 20-1, Mike Garfolo, for block 6802,
3.
6803-12, minor subdivision of 2 lots on Forest Grove Road. Mike, can you step up, please? Good evening, sir. Swear him in, please.
Mike, you raise your right hand. Swear testimony you're about to give the truth, nothing but the truth, nothing but God.
I do.
Good morning, good evening, sir.
How you doing, fellas?
I'm doing fine. What the application, could you explain what the intent here, or what are you doing?
What I want to do is take the 6-acre parcel that my house is on and divide that into 3 lots. Both of my daughters want to come home and build houses. So I'm subdividing that out. Basically, all of us will have a 2-acre parcel, and I'm going to turn each lot over to each one of my daughters for their families. They want to start to build houses. Actually, we've got the process started with architects and everything else that we have to do, go along here. Once we're complete, I'm pretty proud to say that my grandkids will be the 5th generation on that,
great.
on that farm.
That's fantastic.
Nice. Okay. Mike, no variances requested? I don't see it.
Wrong mic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Borelli.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay, no variances. There's no public notice necessary because there were no variances.
Correct, okay, excellent. Does the board have any questions?
I'll have a question for the applicant. Are you aware of rollback taxes will be?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, we are.
Okay. Just making sure.
That sounds like more of a warning Ralph, than a question.
We've had many discussions on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? No, hearing none. Does anyone would like to make a motion?
I'd make a motion that we approve PB 20-1.
Second it. I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Sorry. Okay, that's my roll call. Mr. Iglesias, I have the wrong one. Hang on one sec. You had me go get all that.
I think this could be a record.
Joe threw me for
She's
a
breaking my
loop.
record.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I'm a yes.
Okay. Mr. Deegan,
Yes.
Mr. Malady?
Yes.
Mr. Rohr?
Yes.
Mr. Brandt?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Travellone?
Yes.
Mr. Petch?
And before I vote, Mike, you do understand that having your grandkids right next door, the amount of babysitting that's going to
Let
be
me
involved.
say this, they're in the process of selling their house up north. They've already all moved in.
Okay.
So my wife and I went
You
from
you
2
do
to
understand
9.
the degree of babysitting that's involved
Yes.
with that. As long as you understand that, my vote is absolutely yes, congratulations.
That's a blessing.
At this point, I'm retired, but I have a new job. Every day I have to fix a four-wheeler or a bicycle for my grandson, so
I understand perfectly.
we know the routine. We're there already.
Good, excellent, congratulations.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay, Lynn,
Have we done one quicker?
Huh?
Have we done one quicker?
We're not
I'm not
done.
through this yet.
We got a couple things to take care of.
Application-wise.
Yeah, the application was, that was a quickie, yep. Lynn, could you go over the correspondence, please?
Okay, we already did, there was no resolutions. The second item is about Joseph Petch, request extension to file deeds.
And I'm going to
For-
table that to the end of the meeting, because I'm
Okay.
going to step down because of the conflict.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go to the third item, is just a notification of treatment works approval for Zawawawa up at 538 and Delsey Drive. And engineering design is just a freshwater wetlands LOI on Marshall Mill Road. New Jersey DEP is a LOI for Austin Cable on Dutch Mill Road. And Gloucester Soil Conservation District is the soil erosion sediment control plan approved for Crossroads Church. And we already, the New Jersey planner is just a given, that's all the niceties that they'd like you to read, and Secretary's report we've done. If we go to the second planning board additional correspondence, you'll see a street vacation request for Triumph Road.
Yeah, this is the one I was reading.
And if you go to the third page of this, where it has A&T General Contracting, Terry Werner sent in the reason why. And, is that the one? No, that's what I sent her. Okay, what happened with it? Well, anyhow, I do not see it. I have all the owners that are involved. She sent me in a letter, and it was at the end of the day. I probably did not get it attached. And I asked her to just explain. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, folks.
And she
Good
said
night.
that basically she wanted to widen the road because they have to, the house is from 1920, I believe, that exists on Lot 1. And they needed to widen it to be able to have their septic, their new septic put in there, and they wanted to have a larger yard. That's
But-
basically it in a nutshell.
But aren't they buying Lot 5, or do they?
Yes,
own-
it's 5 and 1 are already connected. They're already combined, but it
Right.
doesn't show up until a few months later.
But wouldn't the septic fit in 5? If the house is on 1, and they just purchased 5, couldn't they put the septic on 5? Why are,
Well, and also, I think the well sits in the paper street of Triumph Road. If you like, I can run back over and try to locate that, print it out again if I have to, because she did give me a drawing as well.
Question. If the person who is requesting the street vacation is asking for the town to release our right-of-way on Triumph Road, 50% of the road is owned by lot owner 1 and lot owner 2.
yeah,
And they would have to purchase the land from lot owner 1 and lot owner 2 as step 2 before they did their septic application.
Unless
I
they just want, unless they're just gonna take the half.
Take a half.
I
Unless it's just
understand.
taking the half.
There's plenty of room there for the septic. It seems-
Well-
Yeah, there's actually a drawing
There is.
from an engineer showing the septic already.
Oh, okay.
Can you go back a couple more pages from the tax map there?
Okay, I did put it in, I'm sorry.
So
it
the
was
septic
further
is
back.
on lot 5.
Yeah, she said the explanation is Triumph Road needs to be vacated, unimproved road, renovating the house, enlarge the grounds to have extra space for approved septic field and driveway.
I forget that.
This is a question
So
for Michael.
Then you go back to the plan they're
Why would I
showing.
wanna do-
Should the township committee agree to vacate Triumph Road, and the applicant, of course, would get their 50% of it, what happens to the other 50%?
Goes the other home.
Well, when the township committee goes through the process, they have to deal with the property owners on the other side also, so everybody's aware of what the proposal is. And they get half, and as you said, each gets half.
The owners of 1 and 5, suppose they don't want it.
Well, 1 and
Unimproved.
5 is the applicant.
1 and 2.
You mean 1 and 2 on the other side?
Yeah, the other
You
side.
mean 1 and, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they could, they could speak and object if they didn't.
Why I ask is because it's, obviously, it would be more of a tax burden upon them. 1 and 2.
I think usually the more the planning question, which we can't really address tonight, is, is there a need for Triumph Road for some reason? Does somebody think that it's necessary to maintain that as a possible throughway at some point?
True.
Is there anything you're landlocking? Is you eliminate Triumph Road?
No.
Can't see beyond on this map.
Because Champion Road appears to carry the traffic that Triumph would.
Well, the rest of Triumph, I'm assuming, is improved. In other words, you see on the tax map.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe,
And
I
it
believe
would-
it is improved.
Yes.
Waddell turns into Triumph.
It definitely is a very old plotted road because the right-of-way is 40 feet, which obviously is substandard by
Yep.
today's requirements of 50 feet.
Okay, well, the point here is, or our responsibility here is whether or not from a planning perspective, is there a future need for the township to utilize Triumph Road? And, if there's not, then we refer it up to the township committee. So I guess from a planning perspective, is there really a need for, to cut that road through someday?
Not based on this one,
Not based on this map.
because right now, Triumph is dumping into Waddle anyway.
200 feet, you go up 200 feet and
Yeah.
you're there.
When you're there.
And, by cutting off Triumph, you're only, 168, another 200 feet if you were going down Station Avenue. You only have to go another 200 feet to get to Champion to get to Waddle, so,
Now they're doing it now because
They're doing
it's
it now.
unimproved, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
so-
right.
So the question becomes, is there a need to hold it from a planning perspective? No need to make a recommendation, or make no recommendation to the township committee? What's your pleasure?
I would think we should make a recommendation to the township committee to go ahead and vacate Triumph Road, that portion as shaded in the drawing.
Okay. I have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, Lynn, should have been a roll call vote?
It's only a recommendation.
You're right, recommendation,
The
you're right.
recommendation, all in favor?
Yep.
I have to
I'll
abstain.
from
Yep.
safety.
Do you have to, Mike, do you have to, put a conditional type, really kind of qualify how much of this is being vacated?
As Joe's saying, it's really just a recommendation as to whether, I'd like the planning board to take a look at it in case you see something that really stands out that you don't want to recommend it. But, your recommendation is nothing more than that. So it's up to the township committee really to do a deeper
Right.
investigation.
But I mean, but the recommendation should be limited to just this area, that's what I'm saying.
Right, just the shaded area, I
Yeah.
think. is
All right,
right.
just
As
for
long
the.
as, long as
just
that's
for-
clear, that everybody knows what the shaded area means.
Right.
Just for the record, my understanding of the motion that was made was for the vacated only in front of lots 1 and 5. Is that correct, the motioner?
Yes.
Okay, and the seconder, that was correct,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And that makes
Alright.
it clear.
okay,
Thank you, Joe.
no problem. At this time, I entertain a motion to go into, to open to the public portion. Moved